Yeah.
Welcome to Joe's Atmosphere.
Cook your shrimp, please. All of a sudden, my shrimp pan is starting up like a smell fest.
Okay.
How you guys doing? Good to talk to you. I'll be monitoring the chat while I work. I've decided I'm going to go ahead and Twitch stream the entire process of doing the comic book. So, welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be doing my sketches. You see here, there's some of my artwork. It's already on. It's on display there in a slideshow above my face camera.
Crazy old man yelling at you over there. I don't know. He's had a lot of
But you know what? He's the great. You know why? Because they believe. They believe in everything.
You know what Jeremy
Joe's Atmosphere. How's it going, Joe? It's nice meeting you, man. For $4.99.
Awesome.
Had a ball, guarding Casitos gear at Gators with Brahma. Good to finally meet you, comics. You guys are all killing it. Keep on keeping on. Well, thank you,
dude.
Joe.
We appreciate. Yeah, we absolutely appreciate Joe. Joe was killing it there. You got to check out his channel. He's putting it together, and he's excited. We met a lot of people who were excited to just get started in doing this, and boy, howdy, they're amazing. So.
He's working on a comic book. He showed me some of the art, and the art's fantastic.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
The art is really
Get in
good.
touch with me. I'll bring you on my comic book stream I'm doing on Friday nights. We'll talk about it. I'd like to see what you got. Of course, last but not least, the first time on here as well, Mr. Joe's Atmosphere. Welcome to the Comic Shop Talk, sir. How are you?
How you doing, bud? It's good to see you. I appreciate you having me on, man. I've been
My pleasure.
I've been hanging around the shows. I watched Plobby's show last night after Mark C's with a D
Mark
review.
Yeah,
it's good to see you guys. Thanks for having me. Really, I appreciate it, Nick, a lot. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. And all right.
In the green outfit.
So before we geek out some more and show off some things more, we're gonna have Mr. Joe here because he's got a little bit of a shorter say. So we're gonna let him talk a little bit about his thoughts on the rip-up video. And after that, he's gonna shift right over to what he's got to promote because then after that he's gotta go. So Joe, go nuts.
Okay, man. I hate to say this, but I didn't do my homework. The dog ate it. No, actually, my daughter got in town 2 days ago, and I've been so busy that today was the only day I could see her.
The floor is yours, sir.
This was these are some promotional things that I did up for a Comic-Con we're having in August. My wife is the captain of the crew of Barkus and Meow, and their theme this year is Barkus and Meow Goes Geek'd. It's a crew in northern Louisiana that is run by a bunch of animal rescues and stuff like that. And she's the captain this year, and she got to pick the theme, so she's going to cosplay as this character. This is the wife of the privateer, my main character. She's the Royal Fox is who she is, and that's the one for the privateer. And I'm going to have these available at her booth at the Comic-Con for people to come get. But that's the one for the privateer. He's America's pirate, Patriot. I've been writing stories about this guy for more than 20 years, and I'm finally, now that I'm 57 and not working in manufacturing anymore, and I've got time to do it, I'm starting putting the pencil on the paper to make him come to life. So that's what I got going on. Like I said, these posters are going to be available at the Comic-Con, and it's just some of the artwork I've been doing for it. I've actually got, if you take a look at the playlist, I'm 3 pages into the book, sketching it, and looking forward to do more. You know,
Right there.
Excellent
Yeah.
stuff, man.
Going.
We're
So,
the same
dude,
age, bro.
hell yeah.
yeah.
Look,
We're. I noticed that, Clobber. We're exactly the
Same
same
age,
age.
man.
Yes, we are.
Both the old guys around here.
Yeah, you know it, man. But yeah, I haven't, I'm doing this. I've never done a comic book before. You see my drawing tables back here. That's how I'm doing it. And I hope to find a venue to put it out there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I'm hoping that I will hear about that on this show and talking to you guys. And
when
maybe
it's
you can,
ready, you will come on here. We will go nuts and promote it for you. We'll have
for
a bunch
sure.
of drinks.
What
It'll
I'm
be
hoping to get
huge,
from you guys, especially guys
we'll
like
talk about
Clobbering and guys that have worked in the industry, I want to find out the best way to put it out there. You know what I mean? So,
Do you have
look,
any
guys.
influence for your art, man? Any favorite artists or anything like that?
Oh, my favorite. I'll tell you right now. My 2 favorite artists. My favorite. He did the cover for the first crossover between the Biggies. Ross Andrew.
Andrew.
His run on Spider-Man is my favorite. So
we
that's
we just reviewed that book, by the way.
no kidding. Wow.
A couple of weeks ago, a buddy of
I
mine
missed
reviewed
it.
it. Ross
I told you I'm
Andrew,
new to this, man, but I'm really glad I ran into Nick watching. I think it was Yelling at Parked Cars.
Yes.
And I've been following all you guys. I do like you tell me. I'm following everybody as we go. I'm watching all the streams and really enjoying it. But look, guys, I gotta run.
Right here,
sure.
guys. This is Joe's link here. He is about 9 subs away from 100 there.
All
and
right.
yes,
Like I said, I'm just getting started. So I'm doing a lot of stuff on Twitch right now, and then uploading it a couple days later.
No, dude, that's good, man.
I have a talk show with my brother. I do. We did it yesterday. We do it every Thursday at 6:30. It's called The Brothers Hack the Matrix. It's just 2 brothers talking. He has a long commute in a big city in the U.S. and it's just stuff he and I talk about: current events, comic books, stuff we love. Movies, all that good stuff. So yeah, check me out, guys. And it was good to meet you, Dragon Master. I think you're the only one I haven't seen on here. I follow all the rest of you. So I will watch Rippa. I'll have my homework done next time I see you. Okay?
Okay.
So,
He was saying that on Monday, he's supposed to drop a trailer for the first book, so look out for that.
Yep, for sure.
By the
You
way,
gained some subs, dude. So you gained a lot of subs. So
I
there you go.
I appreciate it a lot. And thanks
There's
a lot,
the
guys.
win.
Okay?
From 100.
Yep.
We're gonna get you back on here. It'll be huge. We'll drink a lot, and we're gonna look at some amazing stuff, and we're gonna help make you some money and have fun while we're doing it too. All right.
I appreciate it.
buddy.
You guys take care of yourselves and
Take
have a
care,
good
man.
stream. I'll be watching.
All right.
I've got about a 20-minute window here, and then I'll be at work. If it's not too busy, I'll be watching. You
All
guys
right,
be
sir.
good. See you in the
Have a
chat.
good night, sir.
Hail to the
Cheers,
chat, by the
sir.
way. Keep on
Thank you
keeping
for
on,
being
fellas.
here.
Hey, man.
All right.
Speaking of subs, I'm 4 away from 2,000.
Yay.
So I don't think I'll get there anytime soon, but
Oh man, so, yeah, that all right. We may have just skyrocketed him now to
I hope
100.
so.
He's at 101.
Yeah,
He's at
101.
101.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
Me included.
101. Joe's Atmosphere, guys. I look forward to having him back. He already sounds like he has a good voice. He already sounds like he's gonna have a good hang for this right off the bat. Even though he's new, I'm like, this guy is good. He's gonna fit in. He's gonna do fine. He's gonna do
Absolutely.
just fine. He already has a good voice. He already is very committed to his project, and I can't wait, Joe. I look forward to having you back on there, dude. Thanks for being on here, and we'll bring you on here full panel, and absolutely will be huge.
All right, boys and girls, what's going on? Today's a special day. Actually, yesterday was the special day. First, before I get started, I got to thank the guys that you saw in that video. Culture Casino, Brahmabull, Drunk 3PO, and all the guys I met in Dallas, especially Comix Division. He's been especially supportive. And 32 Flavors of Nickweiser. I believe if you look in the description of the stream, you'll see their all their contact information in there. You guys go follow their channels. But the big deal today is I got my first art published. We were kind of worried about how this was going to work out. I got anybody that's been watching this series of videos knows I've been working on the comic book the whole time. I'm now 5 pages into it as far as plotting it, and we just took delivery of the first set of posters. We got 25 posters each. We got 3 different posters, and guys, these are not for public sale right now. I don't even have a website set up yet. I'm just really excited that that the artwork came out as good as it did in printed form. So that's why I'm taking a little break from drawing today, and I'm going to show you guys the posters. And if you're in the Shreveport-Bossier area on the weekend of the 19th through the 21st, we'll be at Geek'd Con. Let me go ahead and pull up their website. I'm pretty sure they have one. By the way, the Royal Fox is sitting in here with me, so if you got any questions for her, go ahead and ask. But let's see, Geek'd Con 2022. That's Eventbrite. We don't want that. We want their website. Geek'd Con Survival Guide. How neat. That's not it, is it? Well, yeah. That's cool. This is on the local radio station, which, not surprising. Greg Adams is running this. He's... whoop, wrong one. He's one of the local radio personalities here in North Louisiana. I hear him on Keel during drive time. He's always doing a show there, and he's running things. But Geek'd Con is a local comic book convention that we have here. I'll go later on in the video. I will go down the dates and everything. Rhonda, if you can look up, yeah. Geek'dcon.com. Is that the... Okay. Got it. But later on in the video, during the stream, I will show you who's coming to it and everything. They got a big lineup this year. But anyway, these posters, I'm going to show you real quick. They're the first thing I've published when it comes to promoting the book. And I'm still struggling with whether or not I'm going to do a 20-page individual comic book. That's what I lean towards. That's what I like. But, I mean, apparently a lot of people like the graphic novel sized thing, so I may be doing that. Not sure yet. You guys let me know in the chat what you want to see, or leave it in the comments if you're watching this later. But, yeah, that's I was planning on doing his origin in like 4 issues, but you know, a lot of people are leaning towards the graphic novel type, you know, the binge model, as they say. A lot of people like that, so I may be doing it that way. I still haven't decided, though. I will let you know soon. But anyway, I'm going to get up from this microphone for a second and show you guys the posters. Hang on. I'm sorry, Rhonda?
Do you have all 3 of them in here?
Yes, I do. That one's just the privateer. And that one is the Royal Fox. Thanks, Bobby. I appreciate it. Yeah, these things they came out better than I ever could have imagined. And don't worry, I have one set aside for you, young lady. I'm just not. We've decided we're not shipping anything yet until we decide how we're going to do it, monetarily and everything. So, yeah, you and Chad are going to get your signed ones. You just what you need to do is message me which ones need to be signed to who. If you want somebody's name on it. If you want them all signed to you, great. If you want one of them signed to Chad or Kale or Harper, whatever you want to do, you just let me know. But anyway, yeah, this all started, guys, many years ago. I was oh shoot, I was a bartender. At local nightclubs here in the Shreveport-Bossier area, and I was watching a show called I Can Help With That. Thank you. I'm sure. But anyway, I was watching my favorite show at the time. It was called The West Wing. And they were honoring Stockard Channing's character, who was the president's wife, and she let's see, let me go to the IMDb page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh man, they've always got to have an ad pop up somewhere. Yeah, this is. The West Wing was a great show. It ran from 1999 through 2006, and well, actually, the beginnings of the Privateer are way before that. There was a Disney movie called Dr. Sin alias the Scarecrow, and I was a big fan of that. Still to this day is my favorite frickin'. It's still my favorite Disney show. And, well, I've already got, yeah, I can do that here, can't I? I think I can. Yeah. Let's see. Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. Guys, I've barely been up, if you're wondering why I don't have all this stuff ready already, but, you know, I work nights, so I just got out of bed just a little while ago. So, but yeah, it's this is it right here. It was called The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, and it was actually shown during it was actually shown on Wide World of Disney, I think is what that show was called. I'm not sure. You old guys can remind me what it was, but these are some of the stills from it. That's the Scarecrow right there. I thought this guy was just a fictional character, and but it turns out that this guy actually lived. He was a pirate, pre-Revolutionary War days, and when George started what a lot of people don't realize is that George was taxing his own people just as much as he was the colonies. The main reason why we revolted against him, that and several other things, but he was taxing the hell out of everybody because he was in a war with the French, and so he needed coffers for his war, his war efforts. So what he would the way people were paying it back then was they were smuggling rum and stuff like that down in Romney Marsh, where this guy went to retire. He was a pirate most of his life, and when he went there, he sold them on the fact that he was a preacher, and he ended up being the head of the congregation in Romney Marsh area, and he found out through them being confiding in him that he was they were half of them running rum to pay their taxes. So he decided he was going to become their leader and teach them how to, evade the British and do it where they won't get caught. And he donned a mask and called himself the Scarecrow. And he may be the first documented superhero, other than maybe Robin Hood. Robin Hood probably is, but I dug this guy. I dug his whole motif. And anyway, he I really loved that show, and I loved the whole idea of it. And what got me started with this story, though, was when I was watching the West Wing back then. They were Stockard Channing was the wife of the president, and those of us old enough to remember Grease, she was what's her name? Rizzo. That's it, Rizzo, the leader of the Pink Ladies, the one that was thought she was knocked up most of the show and was having problems with Travolta's best friend, right? But anyway, she was being honored by the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they kept messing with her because the reason why they were honoring her was because her great ancestor was a pirate during the American Revolution and helped fight the British on the high seas, man, for the colonies, because back then we didn't have a navy, right? Because the British were our navies. We were English colonies back then, right? So what the colonies did was they issued letters of marque that allowed guys to, and I found all this out because I was so intrigued by the idea of the privateers and the Merchant Marine Corps during the Revolution. Who doesn't know Grease? Yeah, not many people. It's a timeless classic. But anyway, so what they did, the colonies, they issued letters of marque and told these pirates and merchant marines, hey, you can go ahead. You can.
Hi, I'm.
All right, now stop it. I don't need no volume. We'll go ahead and be done with that. You guys get the picture. It's the West Wing that made me do the research on the privateer. But anyway, they did huge things for the war effort. And the reason why was these letters of marque, it gave them the right to fight for the colonies, but it also told them, hey, if you get anything that'll help the war effort, gunpowder, munitions, medical supplies, anything that can help us on the battlefield, you have to bring it back to us. But you can keep anything else on the ship. And they were totally down. There were some privateers that went all the way to the shores of Great Britain to fight them. I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff. Do some research on the privateers and see what they did for the American colonies. I mean, it took us a good, 2 or 3 years waiting on the French to show up and help us out. So that's how we fought them. And so I said, hey, I want to do a story about one of these guys, and I actually, if you want to see his backstory, you can go to his Facebook page. Let me see if I can find it real quick. He has his own Facebook page. I made it when I made him a character in DC Universe Online. And when I originally wrote this story, it was just going to be a story about a Revolutionary War pirate, I had no intentions of doing a comic book or anything like that. It was really going to be a treatment for a movie script, because I've always loved movies, and I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid. So let's see if I can find his page real quick. Pages, yeah, there it is. Yeah, if you go here, let's see. If you go to his Facebook page, and you better go soon because I'm about to pull this down. He's about to go away. Now, the images are from DC Universe Online game I've played for many, many years. But you can see his backstory here, and basically what it is. I mean, when I did my research, I even found out during research that the first naval battle of the American Revolution, the first naval battle, was fought in a small town in Maine called Marquise, Maine. So I made that his hometown. I mean, one of the things I want to try and do with this book is teach folks about the American Revolution. There's going to be a lot of flashbacks to the Revolution and those days, and he's going to bump into some very. I think the first guy he's going to run into is Paul Revere. I'm not sure, but that's who I'm leaning towards doing. But anyway, there's going to be some bouncing around history and stuff because he's America's pirate patriot, but he's also a time-traveling pirate. And once you read his backstory, you'll understand why. Now, the reason why I say you better go see that soon, it's because I'm taking all of that and putting it behind a paywall on Subscribestar. Matter of fact, it's already up on Subscribestar. The backstory for the Royal Fox and the Privateer are both there. But anyway, the story goes, he was like 12 years old when his dad was drug away by a naval press gang. Now, back in those days, nobody wanted to join the Navy. They knew they were at war with France. They didn't want to do all that. And, of course, it's a lot more dangerous time back then, And so the way that the British stocked their Navy with personnel was they came to the colonies with what they called press gangs. And if you watch The Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, this happens in the show. That's why I know about it. And what they did was they basically, if you were a able-bodied male, they just clubbed you to death, threw you in a bag, and took you into servitude for the Navy. I mean, basically threw you into slavery. And so that happens to the privateer's father when he's 12 years old, and he has to kind of grow up way before he wants to. And then he's in town in Marquise one day getting some supplies, and he hears a pirate in the general store just blasting the British openly, saying how stupid they are and everything. Well, this is Graybeard, the guy that ends up being his mentor. He sees where he's going, and he sees the ship he's on. It's a big old 16-gun man of war, and he decides to stow away that night. Writes a letter to his mother, says he's going to go find his dad, and he's going to learn the ways of the sea on a pirate ship so he can find his dad, right? So he, of course, he gets caught right away, and Graybeard takes him under his wing, and by the time he's 20, he's his first mate. It's a neat story. You guys go read it. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, he finds his dad in the middle of a battle with a British ship. That's probably my favorite part of the story. But anyway, eventually he gets his dad back home to his mother, and he retires from being a pirate and goes down to a secret island that Graybeard told him about. Of course, at this point, he's the captain of the ship, and he's passed it on to his first mate, and Graybeard's passed away. But he goes down there, and this is where it was supposed to end, And actually, it was supposed to end with him getting his father back home, that kind of thing. But then my daughter Amanda gave me $150 to spend back in 2011 on my birthday. 2011. What was I? 46. Is that what it was? Yeah, 46 years old. And she knows me well because I don't spend money on much. So she said, "Dad, you can't use this on lunches. You can't use this on stuff for the house or the car or gas or any of that. You got to go buy something you like." So I went to GameStop. I like to play video games. And sure enough, they had DC Universe Online. And I said, well, because I'm a Marvel guy. I'm an old Spider-Man dude. Love Spider-Man. If you guys look behind me, you'll see a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. But anyway, I bought the game. I'd never played one of these MMOs before. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, she's a big Dolphins fan, and back in I think it was around '04, we went to see Brett Favre kick the crap out of her beloved Dolphins live down in Miami, but we stayed with friends in Orlando, and it was Dana and Gary. We stayed with them, and sure enough, man, they played this game called World of Warcraft, and it was the first time I saw anybody play an MMO, you know? And I was like, what in the hell is going on here, man? What are you guys doing? Because they were back-to-back, right? And not doing anything but playing the same game online. And I just thought it was the silliest thing in the world, and I gave them a bunch of grief about it. And then I started playing DCOO, and I immediately, a couple of weeks later, got a hold of Gary and said, nah, dude, I apologize for making fun of you. I understand now. These games are totally engrossing, you know? So I expanded on the story. I said, well, okay. He's at first I made it more in line with the video game, you know, because we were all writing backstories. We had this cool bunch of guys that run together. We used to call ourselves Mythology. And I still have friends to this day from that time period. Matter of fact, you're going to meet one of them this weekend. He's probably going to join me on the sketch show just to talk comic books and stuff, because with what's going on with Ripa, we all need to jump on this. I mean, my friends think I've waited too long to do this, but, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. But it ain't in the way now, and I'm busier now than I ever have been, but it's the good kind of busy. I'm doing stuff that I love, so I almost don't want to go to sleep some days. I stay up too late. But anyway, I went ahead and I adjusted the story to do a comic book. And what I did was I decided to make it to where he's out hunting one day after his career's over on the island. And, of course, it's in the Bermuda Triangle. Now, if you know where that is, it's South Florida. It's south of the Keys, or, well, it's actually east of the Keys, a little bit south. But it's a triangle of places that, you know the lore. A lot of things disappeared there, planes and stuff like that. If anybody's seen Close Encounters, they find a whole bunch of airplanes that disappeared there all at once, you know, and stuff like that. So anyway, since it's so close to the U.S., though, I put the island really close to the U.S., and I had an Indian shaman that was hurt, and he was being stalked by a tiger, and the privateer saves him, and he nurses him back to health and everything, and this Indian shaman decides to smoke the peace pipe with him. Now, anybody that knows any Indian lore knows that that's just peyote, and they just go on an acid trip, basically, when they're doing it. They call it Vision Quest. But you know, if you listen to Joe Rogan, there may be something to the spirituality of that kind of thing. But I'm not going to try it, because I tell you what, my imagination is so crazy. I'm always afraid I'm going to have a bad trip on things like that. I'm not anti-drugs or anything, guys. It's just not for me. I was more of a weed head when I was young. So, but what ends up happening is he nurses him back to health, decides to share the peace pipe with him, and before they start smoking, he asks him, he says, what is it you care about most in the world? And by this time, his parents have passed away. You know, he's an older guy. He's getting close to 40 years old, you know. As you can see in the drawings and stuff, his hair's turned white. It was bright red when he was young, you know. Good old Irishman. His real name is Robert McBriarty, and that name is my grandfather's name. That's why I decided to use it. That's right, Uncle Bobby. If you're listening, your name's in the story. But anyway, he says, well, it's got to be the nation I helped free from the bondage of Great Britain, right? And when he tells him that, he says, okay. And they get to smoking the pipe, and he sees the history of the United States, what's going to happen to it. And he sees how we expanded westward. He sees the Civil War, you know, and he sees how we bounced back from it into the, you know, Industrial Revolution. And and he sees how we helped save the world during World War I, World War II. And then he gets a little concerned when he gets around the Vietnam era. You know, he doesn't really like what's going on. And then when he sees the Twin Towers fall, he freaks out, right? And loses it and passes out. And when he wakes up, it's September 12th, 2001. Turns out the Indian shaman actually is an alien, and he was just using it as a skin to try and, you know, he's basically, we're going to find out that's going to be the linchpin that's going to show the privateer that, hey, you know, once he's in the future, that, hey, there's a much bigger universe out there than you ever thought. But what the alien did for him was it gave him a keen ability to see things, and you know, his senses are heightened, so it makes him pretty much like Deadshot, or one of those characters where he can't miss with a weapon. And I mean, he's still mortal, but he's got, you know, enhanced abilities. He's a little bit stronger and stuff like that. And he basically puts him where he thinks he needs to be to help his what he loves out, his country, right? So, and of course, he's a billionaire now because his loot is worth billions, right? All the gold and everything. He's so kind of like Batman. He buys up all the military contracting companies and decides, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go find the guy that did this. And during those travels, he comes to find out that, yeah, there's a United Planets out there instead of a United Nations, and we're already involved in a lot of things going on in our galaxy and others. So, yeah, you out? Okay, I love you. I'll be wrapping it up here in a few. So that's the backstory of the privateer. Now we're gonna meet him. Let me show you these drawings that I've got here. Hang on one second. This is the actual first page, the plot of it. This is a Coast Guard cutter that is on patrol south of Miami. It's called the Manatee. That's an actual Coast Guard cutter. I do a lot of research on this stuff, guys. I try and make it as realistic as possible. And you see the radar here, and you see the guys reacting to what they're seeing. And this frame right here, anybody that's a rock and roller, my inspiration for that one was Straight Between the Eyes, the album cover for Rainbow's album cover, Richie Blackmore's band Rainbow. It's got a kill. The only thing it's missing in this picture, that I changed it to him looking through binoculars and lowering them instead of having the guitar neck going through the bridge of his nose. But anyway, that's page number 1. We're 5 pages into plotting it. This is the first thing that happens that has the privateer show up. This is page 5 right here. This is where he actually jumps into action, trying to save somebody on the deck of the Coast Guard cutter. So, like I said, I'm just plotting it right now, and I'm using digital media for the fine artwork. Let's see. Let me pull those pictures up real quick so you can see the progress as it's been going on, especially with these posters. But yeah, it was a big day yesterday. We went straight over to Excalibur here in Shreveport. One of my childhood buddies that I did some of my first comic book work, spending the night over at his house. We actually were drawing a Night Stalker comic book. We were working on that and did a bunch of drawings over there. I'm glad you like it, Bobby. That's very cool. But yeah, I can't wait to, get get it up and running. I mean, it's going to be a little bit though, but let me see if I can pull up those pictures. I'm trying to remember where I put them. Is it under? Hang on. Yeah, there it is. It's under comic book work. Okay. Let me get it to where you guys can see it. All right. I got to make it the right size. Okay. So, what you got here is that's, of course, is the Privateer's sketch work. And what I did was my daughter Amanda talked me into using a digital media, which she uses a program called Procreate. And I had been using something called Art Studio, I think is the name of it. But she talked me into using Procreate with an Apple Pencil with my iPad. And that's how I'm doing the digital work. And I was streaming that. Well, I tried streaming that one time, and it's so boring. If you guys see that chapter, I almost feel like pulling it down. But, you know, I'm documenting this as I go, so you learn. But, yeah, I won't be doing that anymore. But anyway, that was... And if you're wondering what this eyeball right here is all about, I actually gave a lesson while I was streaming. You guys tune in. If you're an artist, I'll be glad to throw you a bone here and there. I actually gave a lesson on how to draw an eye. So I erased it. But, yeah, that's why you see an eyeball just sitting over here over his shoulder. But anyway, these are just the sketches I did, doing all the pictures, you know. That one's modeled after my wife. That's the Royal Fox's portrait. That's the action portrait for the Privateer. That's the finished... one for the Royal Fox, and if you watch the videos, it took me a little bit. First of all, when I first drew her, she didn't have that top hat, and her legs were a lot different. I had to, when you're feeling it out, watch the plotting of the comic book. You'll see what I'm talking about. That one that I just showed you where he's jumping to the deck of that boat, I totally redid that after the first stream I was working on it because I didn't like the pose he was in. And then you got his action portrait and his regular portrait. And the cool thing about doing it digitally is you're able to play with it and do different things, because you're able to put them all together. And that's how we made this poster here. And then... you got the one poster for the Privateer, and that's one of the sketches that turned into her action pose. There's her poster. That's the poster we put together for her, but that's without the lettering. That's just a thumbnail. But, yeah, you get the picture. It's been a fun ride, man, and I decided to go ahead and celebrate today because of these posters that I got. Now, like I said, let me go to that website real quick. These are not for sale yet by any means. We're going to have some made in the future. We are settled on our vendor for the posters, though. You guys are going to love these things. They're high quality. They're not going to fall apart on you. Let's see, where is it? We need to go to geekdcon.com. And there it is. There it is in all its glory. The headliner at this one is going to be, what is that fella's name? He was in Scream. They basically have the entire male cast of Scream in here without the Arquette guy. What's this guy's name? They've got the lineup, but this is going to be, the dates are August 19th through the 21st. And let's see, they've got, of course, they're going to have all kinds of vendors there. Let's see. Flash Gordon comes back to Geek'd Con 22. What? No way. Wow. When did they just posted this yesterday? This just came up yesterday. I guess he's coming back. Sam Jones. Flash Gordon himself. Wow. I mean, the lineup for this is crazy, guys. Crazy. Crazy. If you're in the Shreveport Bossier area, you need to come to this. But anyway, let's see. Where's the lineup? Dates, hours, more, articles. Lineup. Here it is. Current lineup. Here we go. Okay, yeah. This kid's name is Matthew Lillard. He's going to be there. Of course, they got him. They're showing him as Shaggy, but if you remember the Scream franchise, him and this next guy, Skeet Ulrich, were the actual killers in that first Scream movie. Spoilers if you haven't seen Scream. But they're going to be there. And Jamie Kennedy, the guy that gave us the... is that Matthew? Yes, that's him. He's going to be there. He's the headliner. He's the main guy this year. Yep, Scooby-Doo. But Jamie Kennedy, if you remember him, he was the guy that gave us the rules in Scream. You know, the rules of the horror movie, right? So, yeah, they've got a Scream reunion going on, basically. And then you got Natasha Henrich. I mean, the list goes on, guys. Clint Howard's going to be there. If you're a Walking Dead fan, which my wife has a shrine to The Walking Dead, she's met so many of these people, it's not even funny. Well, here's another notch in her belt. Friggin' Cooper Andrews is going to be there. Let's see. He's in one of my favorite shows, Good Girls. I've never seen Good Girls. But, yeah, I know the guy's he's a really popular actor. He's really good. But Jerry from The Walking Dead's going to be there, Cooper Andrews. So... got him. And another Walking Dead one, Pollyanna McIntosh. I'm sorry, Pollyanna. Listen to me. I'm talking like I'm Russian or something. But, yeah, she's going to be in there. The leader of the trash people from The Walking Dead. Dog the Bounty Hunter, if you're into that kind of thing. Let's see. Cheryl Finn. Of course, they have a bunch of voice actors going to be there. And apparently Sam Jones is coming back. That's cool. I might have to get a Sam Jones. But I don't know, man. I'm going to spend most of my money on the wrestlers. But you see here, there's a bunch of people, voice actors. The guy, now this guy, Maximilian Hernandez, if you're into the Marvel Universe, he's that guy that got hucked out of the car in Winter Soldier. The bad guy that was with S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's see. More voice actors. But they've got some wrestlers going to be there, too. Michael Golden's going to be there. I was just comparing Ethan Van Shriver. When did he join the lineup? I don't remember seeing him in there. Yeah. Rhonda, if you're watching, I want something by this guy. I'm going to have to dig through and see if I can. I'm going to have to go by the comic book shop and get some of his old stuff. This guy is one of the most detailed artists you will ever see. Michael Golden. Look him up. He does some great shit. If you're a war vet, check out his Nom series. He did a fantastic series called The Nom for Marvel Comics that was really good. I don't remember him doing anything else for any other company but this one. He might have worked for DC at some point, but the thing I remember him most for was Micronauts. When they had a period there where Marvel was doing a lot of toy crossovers, like Rom the Space Knight was really good, and the Micronauts series. The detail this guy puts in drawings is bizarre. I can't wait to meet this guy. Yes, Michael Golden. But they've got other artists there, and the guy that I'm really looking forward to seeing, though, is where are they? Yeah, here we go. AEW wrestlers are going to be there, guys. If you're into wrestling, Dustin Rhodes. Yes, the man named after the American Dream. Yes, the oldest son of Dusty Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes is going to be there, along with another painted figure, Darby Allin. My wife is really into this guy. He's probably the best thing that AEW has brought, besides bringing CM Punk back. I dare say he's the best original they've come up with. He was an indie wrestler that they've basically turned into a star. And a lot of people like Danhausen. I'm not really into him, but they've got the painted wrestler brigade coming. So you guys, if you want to get a copy of one of these you need to go to geekdcon.com, get your tickets. I'm going to be at the Barkus and Meow booth. Their theme this year is Their theme this year is really what kicked me into overdrive, getting this stuff started, because my wife is I always call her the Royal Fox. Foxy is the captain of the crew of Barkus and Meow this year, and she made the theme Barkus and Meow Gets Geeked or something like that. But anyway, she talked to Mr. Adams and told him what the theme was, and he loved it. He gave her a booth at the con, so I'm going to have these posters there. They're going to be $20 a piece, $30 a piece if you want it signed, and we just got a limited number of them. I don't know how well they're going to sell. I'm hoping they do, but you never know. I mean, I'm just getting started with this, guys. And I wanted to do a stream today just celebrating. I've actually got something published that I can sell to the public. The comic book's coming along. Like I said, I've got a lot to figure out with that. But the main thing is the work is happening, and we're going to get the story together. I'm thinking by spring of next year. I was hoping to get a 0 issue ready for the Comic-Con, but some things at work have changed. I'm not able to do a lot of the extra work that I would usually do. I work 10 to 6 at night, so waiting on calls. So a lot of times I would take my iPad and do a lot of the extra work. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it at all. I mean, the second I pick it up, there's another call. We have a lot of things going on at work right now, so I'm readjusting my schedule to where I can do the work during the day, but it's going to take a little longer. So we're thinking spring of next year we'll be able to go to publishing with it. And I really don't know how I'm going to publish it yet. I don't know if I'm going to go Indiegogo or go the route that Ripa's going. Of course, I don't have the resources Ripa has. Ripa, I'm really proud of his story. And if you guys haven't checked it out, let me find out how he's doing right now. Item number 1, as we can see, he is sitting at 2.6 million. And if you don't know about this guy, go check out his website. Go check out his YouTube channel. Just search Comix Gate and check out all of them. Ethan Van Shriver just did a second run on Wrecked Planet, Cyberprog 2. And I was watching him the other morning. All these independent creators, that Umbrella guy, Ripa is really putting a focus on it right now. So it's a great time to be a comic creator and get started with it. If you've been thinking about it for years, you need to get started with it because Ripa has really shined a light on it. And so yeah, I'm thinking spring next year. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. And also, let me show you guys my Subscribe Star. I need to add that to all my stuff because I never push it, but I'm starting to put some of the behind the scenes stuff on there. Subscribe Star login. No, I just want Subscribe Star. Should already be logged in on there. Let's see. Boom. Yeah, I'm logged in. Profile page. Okay. Yeah, this is my Subscribe Star, guys. $5 a month if you want the behind the scenes stuff on the private tier. I post about all the videos that are going up. And by the way, if you're wondering who that guy is in the thumbnail, that is my buddy Mark. He works at he and I have known each other since we were knee-high to a grasshopper, and the first comic book work I ever did was at his house spending the night. We were doing a Carl Kolchak, The Night Stalker comic book. I really remember this one panel where he was getting hit by something and blown through a banister, like one of those rails they have set up on a second story, So, yeah, he's one of my best friends in the world, and I'll show you pictures of that. That was yesterday. But yeah, go check out my Subscribe Star. There's only a couple of things that you'd need to pay to see on there right now. You can start following me over there, and if you've got the means, go ahead and jump on there and contribute to the cause. You know, I'm going to be I've already got the origin story for the privateer. The one I just told you is on there, where you can read it in full, and the origin of the Royal Fox, which I'm kind of proud of too, is on there. I think you guys will enjoy that too, and of course you're going to see it all in the comic books eventually. But if you want if you want the spoilers, if you're one of those guys that likes to dig into the backstory of things, go check it out. I'm going to be writing on there a lot more, probably from work, and check that out, man. Subscribe.rs is a pretty cool platform. It's kind of strange for me to use because I've never used it, but definitely go check that out and support us over there. But anyway, let me get my Facebook, because I want to show you guys the pictures that we took yesterday. Let's see. It should be right here. Yeah. This was Royal Fox decided to put him right where I eat breakfast at, so I wouldn't miss him. She had it laid out for me. She pulled 3 of them out, and I laid them out on the bed. I know the bed ain't made. Don't give me any grief. I had just gotten up when I did this. But anyway, yeah, we got them in, and very proud of these. And I have to thank my daughter, Amanda, because, yes, you're absolutely correct. That Procreate is really a really cool program. I was able to do this a lot quicker than I thought I'd be able to. This is Chris. He's the owner of Excalibur in Shreveport. I had to go celebrate with these guys. I had to go straight over there. I went and picked up look, guys, the only thing I got in my pull list now is Spider-Man. That's the only thing, because that's my guy. So, because I really don't like the comics they're putting out now. They're kind of goofy. They're getting really stupid with it. But I will continue to get Spider-Man. Anyway, Chris is a great guy. He's always been supportive of me, and I decided to go over there and get him a signed copy of each one. And then, of course, I had to get my bro Mark his copies. So it was a big day yesterday, and that's why I decided to do this celebration stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, I'm going to end this broadcast, as I always do, plugging my stuff, because I'm just getting started on YouTube, and I want you guys to watch. Of course, this stream is and don't pay any attention to the Twitch thing. I was started off on Twitch, but the only thing I'm doing on Twitch now is video games, and I'll tell you which service it's on. I know I got to change the thumbnails. I've been busy, guys. I'm working on a comic book. So anyway, this stream is where I document everything that's going on with the Privateers comic book. Okay, I do it every Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. Come join me. If you got any questions about the book, if you got any questions at all, if you just want to chat, just come on by. I'm hoping to have my special guest, Mr. Jimmy Bailey, on this weekend. He's working on a comic book called The Justifiers, and I'm hoping he can get on and talk comic books with me while I'm drawing, just to entertain you guys. But that's every Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, tomorrow night, you've got your warm-up show for AEW Dynamite. Yes, as I touched on, I am a wrestling fanatic. I love it. And this is my video game relaxation time on Hump Day. I was going to cut this show out, but I said, you know what? I enjoy this show too much. I'm going to keep doing it. It's on Twitch, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's International Wrestling Federation Ladies Night. And International Wrestling Federation is my wrestling federation I came up with, and it's all my favorite wrestlers from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And the tomorrow ones are like my favorite porn stars, actresses. The Privateer is one of them. Royal Fox is on there. I mean, I play as the Privateer. If I can create a character, it's the Privateer on every video game I play. So, and then don't forget Thursday, and this will be the first week we're on YouTube. It's the Brothers Hack the Matrix. My younger brother Daniel and I get together and we talk everything current events, pop culture, movies, music, you name it. We talk about it. It's a talk show born of conversations we used to have when he was driving home in a major city in the U.S. He used to have an hour. Well, he still does have an hour and a half commute. But since we get together once a week, he's not calling me as much anymore. He wants to do all the talking there. And so that's the Brothers Hack the Matrix. For the first time, this is episode 10, too. We're getting into double digits now. We've been doing this a couple months now. It's Thursdays at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. And then, of course, you've got video games, cocktails, and fails with Papa Joe Gamer. That's me on Twitch. And that's every Monday and Tuesday, just so I can keep my sleeping schedule the same way. I'll stay up and play video games and have a few cocktails and interact with the chat and have a good time. That's from midnight to 3 Central, 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern, and that's every Monday and Tuesday. So, guys, listen, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm sorry I don't have these posters ready for the general public yet, but if you're in the Shreveport-Bossier area and you're going to Geek'd Con, you come see me. Hopefully I'll have one for you. And they'll be on sale for $20 a piece and $30 a piece if you want it signed. Just come see me at the Barkus and Meow Mardi Gras crew table, and we'll see you then. Until I see you again, hopefully tomorrow night for the wrestling show, you guys be safe out there and keep on keeping on. Take care, everybody.